Chapter 10, Conclusions, in Retrospect and Prospect. In October 1969, the first online message was sent from the University of California, Los Angeles, to the Stanford Research Institute. The content of the message, a test, was intended to be login, but after the first two letters were transmitted, the system crashed. Hence, the first online message ever sent was low. By 1981, only 213 mainframe computers were on the network. However, by 1995, 16 million people were online. The 1980s was a time of educational exploration of this new medium, although the going was tough. The logistics were terrible as network connectivity with schools and homes was sparse. Despite the logistical challenges, however, online education took hold even as the field of online technology was taking its baby steps. 1993, World Wide Web made public. 1994, estimated 623 websites online in January 1994 total. 1995, Amazon launches. 1998, Google launches. 2001, Wikipedia launches. 2003, Facebook launches. In 2001, there were 513 million people online. By 2010, there were 2 billion. As computing and online technologies have mainstreamed, online education has gained ground. The field remains at an early stage of development, requiring a theory to guide and advance the practice, and to ignite the discourse of our knowledge communities toward bolder visions and strategies. Learning Theories and Online Technologies addresses this need. It examines how learning and technology integrate to advance human development. Chapters 1 and 2. Learning has historically shaped and been shaped by technology. Majority of society learned through non-formal education and informal approaches to learning. Formal education was based on literacy and restricted to small elite until late 19th century. The rise of manufacturing coincided with the historical period of the scientific revolution. With the rise of modern science came the development of human sciences such as psychology, and by extension, a focus on learning and education. Chapter 1 introduced theory as a point of view or premise whereby we observe and make sense of the observations. Learning theory provides educational researchers and practitioners with a framework for viewing the field and for connecting how we understand learning, not only with our practice, but with research and knowledge within our own and other disciplines. Positivism challenged and changed the emphasis from metaphysics to modern science based on empirical evidence. This led to theories of human science, such as learning theory, as well as the theories of natural sciences. With the rise of positivism, the emphasis on empirical data and evidence gained authority over belief-generated ideas, contributing to scientific method. Chapters 3 through 5. Chapters 3 through 5 discuss 20th century theories of learning to help us understand the broader field and to reflect on our own ideas and practice. The earliest theories of learning, behaviorism and cognitivism, discussed in chapters 3 and 4, were strongly informed by the positivist ethos. Experimental controlled studies in the lab were echoed in instructional theories that were didactic and highly controlled in practice, with the instructor assuming a prescriptive role. The focus was to create explicit conditions for learning that would yield the intended results in an empirically observable manner. The role of the instructor is emphasized over the role of the learner. Constructivist learning theory emerged to some degree as a counterposition to the objectivist epistemology and instructor-centered approaches that characterize behaviorist and cognitivist learning theory. Constructivism, particularly social constructivism, posited a view of knowledge as constructed through peer discussion and interaction with the environment. Chapters 6 and 7. Chapter 6 presented the proposed theory of connectivism based on the idea that a networked environment without instructors and course structure will facilitate and achieve learning among participants. Chapter 7 then focused on collaborative knowledge construction discourse mediated by online technologies as a new paradigm for learning to address the challenges and needs of the 21st century knowledge age. Collaborativism provides a theoretical framework based on 3 phases of collaborative discourse that progress from divergent thinking to intellectual convergence. These phases characterize conceptual change and knowledge building. They also inform collaborativist, pedagogical, and technological design and assessment. Chapters 8 and 9. Chapters 8 and 9 provide practical cases to demonstrate how collaborative learning works in the real world, with scenarios and case examples drawn from all sectors of formal, non-formal, and informal educational applications. Online education is being successfully adopted and implemented by institutions and organizations worldwide, and the lessons inform the development of collaborative learning theory and educational practice. The book provides a retrospective analysis of learning theory, but given its vantage point on the cusp of a paradigmatic shift, it has also looked ahead at imminent prospects. Online education is being designed in myriad ways to revolutionize and improve how we understand and practice learning and knowledge creation. We are on the verge of a breakthrough, beginning to see new educational horizons unlike any known to date. One of the major events of the next few decades will almost certainly be an unprecedented investment in professional development and lifelong learning for educators. Peer interaction and engagement with experts, scholars, and scientists in related fields open unprecedented opportunities for educators to learn, to progress, and improve through participation in the relevant knowledge communities. School curricula might similarly be transformed by engaging students as well in online knowledge community discussions at various levels of theory and practice. Online discourse communities might be one way to transform classroom, curriculum, and pedagogy to advance beyond teaching to the test. The rise of the open source movement in software and subsequently in educational resources and curriculum has introduced a radical departure from commercial, off-the-shelf, prepackaged content to free, user-created designs, content, and products. The availability of open content repositories and directories, such as the Open Courseware Consortium and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology Open Courseware site, is truly remarkable. The challenge is how to use and benefit from these curricula. The options range from outright adoption of these course curricula to modifying or adapting the content or using the material as a benchmark or even inspiration for new pedagogies or ways of teaching particular concepts. Our survival and development is based on our ability to collaboratively learn and innovate. Online communication has exponentially expanded as well as transformed our opportunities to learn and create knowledge together. Teachers and learners today have the fortunate opportunity to contribute to and participate in shaping this new online environment, and thereby, most importantly, fully engage in their mission of advancing the conversation of humankind.